Alex, you're so right. I'm telling you, I have to share this testimony. So
Please.
I'm a chaplain, and so I work with people who have died a lot. Well, the last 2 weeks, I ministered to a family that I knew their daughter who had been dying of cancer. She was 20, she died at 26, but she had been battling leukemia, this rare form of leukemia, for 8 years. And I had the honor that they wanted me to be in the room when their daughter transitioned. And so it was a real big, for me, there's only been 2 times that have really triggered me with someone dying. One was my mom, and the second one was this. And so just doing that and just trying to minister to the family and write policies and just help families out. And I'm going to be honest with you, I feel like I failed them because I was so busy in chaplain mode for the last 8 years that I never asked them. I never asked them if they had a policy for the young lady. I just assumed they had a policy. Come to find out, they did not have a policy. Now, the blessing is the grandmother is my spiritual director, and she's very, very wealthy. But they were like, we didn't think that we could get a policy. And I was so busy in chaplain mode that I never asked my friends if they needed a guaranteed, and I said they should would have qualified for a guaranteed issue. But the takeaway for that, for me, God was like, don't get down on yourself, don't beat yourself up. But remember, no matter how close you are to somebody, don't make any assumptions that they don't have a life insurance policy. I don't care how close you are. I don't care if you talk to this person every day and they know you sell life insurance. You have to do your job and find out if they have it. So that was the takeaway. So I've had COVID. This week I wrote one policy. I literally worked one day for 2 hours. I sold one policy and I was like, mic drop, I'm done. I'm exhausted. And so I remember that I started calling all of my friends. I've never done this. I started calling my friends and I said, hey, you guys know I do life insurance, and I've never been the Amway person, like, hey, come on and do this, with my friends. But I was really touched by and moved by what just happened to me, and finding out that she did not have life insurance, that even if you cuss me out, let me just talk to you about life insurance. I have 2 people so far of the 6 people I've called who I've gone over IULs with, I've gone over life insurance, and I'm going to write one of the policies on Thursday, the next one. We have a meeting set up for Saturday. And then I'm still feeling under the weather because my entire household has COVID. So it's like I'm still in mom mode, but I'm at 50%. And yesterday I told Alex, this was totally God, because I was like, Lord, now I'm a single parent and I didn't work. Like, I really couldn't work the last week. And 2 policies, I'm laying in my bed. I just told Alex, I'm laying in the bed, I'm getting phone calls. And I wrote 2 policies that were a total of about $400 annual sale. I mean, $400 monthly premium between the 2 together. And I was like, Alex, I'm just literally laying in the bed and I just made 2 sales. So today was my first full day that I was working. And I just said, I'm going to treat every person like their Allie. And I'm going to push. And even if I get hung up on, not push, but I'm going to make sure that they know the importance of life insurance. And all I can tell you is that we're making money, but we're actually doing God's work. Because the average person does not know, like, they had no clue that they could have gotten a guaranteed issued policy. And I was remiss that I was so focused that my job is being a chaplain that I forgot I'm a chaplain who sells life insurance. That's who I am. And so all I can just tell you is I don't care who it is. I don't care if you feel like, okay, they're going to hang up on me. If they love you, they're not going to hang up on you. They're going to listen to you and they'll just kindly say no. But educate the people around you about any product, whether it's life insurance, where IUL. I just talked, actually, while we were on the phone, I was on a call, setting up appointment for Saturday for a woman who was like, yeah, I haven't put any money in a 401k and I'm 55 and I need something for retirement. And I'm like, are you healthy? She's like, yeah. I don't take any medication. Yeah. I'm like, let's talk on Saturday about an IUL. I'm on a Zoom call right now, but we'll talk on Saturday. And she was like, okay. So all I can tell you is just do that. Don't assume, even family members, friends, family members, don't assume that they know what you do. They understand it fully, even if they're educated. These people were educated. They had, and were in hospitals for 8 years. Nobody sold them a policy.
Wow. That's crazy. Well, that's very heartfelt, and I appreciate that. You are, you were like number 2 behind Megan Wood on our August issue paid leaderboard. So so you rocked it last month, and and I know you got more in you. So I think it was just, I think you're.
Listen here, it was, you know, I have to say this is interesting because God brought it up to me. And about 10 years ago, I was asked to do The Biggest Loser. And I didn't get on The Biggest Loser for a reason that I'm very, very proud of, is they do psychological testing. And they told me that, everything in my personality is very, on board with being on the show, except this one thing. I am too cooperative and I'm not cutthroat enough, and it doesn't make for good TV. And they were telling me, and I said, yeah, I would actually self-sacrifice if I knew it was for the greater good. And they said, yeah, that's pretty much why we don't want you. And I walked away going, yeah, that's a good thing. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. And so I just think that type of attitude, even you can be competitive, but at the group, like the group moving ahead is the best thing. And that's kind of where I'm at. I just said, Lord, I'm competing with myself. And now that you gave me that realization that happened with Allie, it's just like opened up a huge big door for me to not be afraid, to take fully on being an insurance person and not letting fear. And I don't know if it was fear or if it was just, I don't know what it was, but I feel like that was a huge missed opportunity. And so if I can just share that mistake that happened with me, and the rest of the group can like build and learn from it, even if it made me look completely like, what? You didn't ask them? I'm like, no, I didn't. I never did. And and it's not like me, but now I know that there are some blind spots in when it comes to this, that I have to not be afraid. I don't care how close we are, to ask that question. Do you have life insurance? What are you planning for your future? How can I help you?
That's awesome. Well, thank you for sharing that. It's great.